Good morning. I'm Saul Reisman here at Saul's Automotive, and we're going to talk today a little bit about getting your vehicle emissions tested here in the state of Colorado. In the Denver metro area, you can only go to the Air Care Colorado emissions testing stations. When you arrive at one of these stations, you'll pull into a line and be directed into one of 6 bays depending on what type of vehicle you're driving. At emission stations, they have a 2-wheel drive dynamometer and a 4-wheel drive dynamometer, the difference being significant. Both look the same and will have rollers that spin under the front and rear of your tires so that the vehicle can essentially act as if it's on a treadmill and operate in place. While the inspector drives and operates the vehicle on the treadmill, they measure particulate coming out the back of it while trying to match up a certain testing criteria for what speeds and what distances they're driving on this treadmill. The major differences we're looking at today are between a 2-wheel drive and a 4-wheel drive dynamometer. Both visually look the same. However, a 2-wheel drive dynamometer is designed to only have one driven axle, meaning if you have a rear-wheel drive vehicle, you would pull the rear wheels onto the dyno and the front wheels onto the front rollers of the dyno. When the driver would apply throttle, the rear has resistance built into it to slow the vehicle down, whereas the front can freewheel because there is no resistance against the tires. Similarly, on an all-wheel drive dynamometer, when you would pull onto both sets of rollers, all the rollers themselves would be providing resistance against the tires. Very recently, we saw 2 Subarus, both all-wheel drive vehicles, side by side at a local emissions testing station. This is something that should never happen. One was on the all-wheel drive dyno, where it should be, getting properly tested. The other, while sitting on the 2-wheel drive dyno, did not physically exhibit any poor symptoms during testing. And this is because Subaru designs their transmissions with what we call a viscous coupler, which is a, for lack of a better term, almost a large silly putty-like device inside the transmission that helps torque bias front and rear. So when the front end of the vehicle slips, the vehicle puts more power to the rear. When the rear of the vehicle slips, puts more power to the front, and vice versa. When an all-wheel drive Subaru with a viscous coupler is placed onto a 2-wheel drive dynamometer, the front wheels have no resistance and spin freely. When the transmission's viscous coupler sees that, it redirects all the power to the rear of the vehicle. While that will suffice for the vehicle on the testing platform, this tremendously stresses the viscous coupler, significantly overheats the fluid inside the transmission, and most often leads to an immediate failure. Considering the IM240 emissions test in Colorado takes 6 to 10 minutes to perform, after you've been sitting with your engine idling on a hot day for an hour waiting for the test, this is a very easy way to destroy a vehicle's transmission. Please pay attention. When you arrive at emissions, you need to know if your vehicle's front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive. Because the technicians who are operating your vehicle, they might not. If you need service on your vehicle, feel free to call us at any time. We're open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can reach us directly at 303-919-7769. Thank you.